Hi, my name is Orun, and I want to say that I am now officially 1 week a German teacher. So, a little bit of background. Um, I have been learning German since about a year now, and about to prepare for my B2 exams. Not about to, I'm preparing for my German B2 exams. Um, that I will sit for before the end of this year 2025. And in the course of my preparation, I feel that teaching a class would help me get a proper hang of the German grammar rules and the German language in general. So I put out an advert on my WhatsApp status that I wanted to teach a class. Mind you, all the while that I have been learning German, I have been sharing my process on WhatsApp, the challenges that I have, the things that I do, um, learning a language, the German language. Okay, so by the time I had put out an advert that I wanted to teach it, and I was open that the reason I wanted to teach German was because um I was preparing for my B2 exams, and I feel that if I teach someone else, it would help me get a better grasp of the language. And so people trusted me enough to want me to teach them A1 German, and I was pleased, and at the same time I was afraid. But I have the loveliest German teacher by the name of H. And so I spoke to him about, prior to even announcing it, I had spoken to him about my desire to hold the class, and he said, "Oh, you should do it. It's a good idea. You can do it." And he was gassing me up. But by the time the first person made the first payment, I just got stuck in my tracks. I was like, this is going to happen. In fact, let me shuffle back. When I spoke to HMA about wanting to do the class, I was like, you know what? Let me do a free class. He held me by my hair and was pulling me. I was like, no, Odoya, you cannot do a free class. Make them pay. If not, you are not going to be committed. Or on the other hand, the students are not going to be committed. Make them pay. I'm like, me that my German is not so perfect. Who wants to pay me to teach them? But he insisted I should make them pay for the class. So okay, I said okay, then what's the harm in trying? So out um I put out that the class was paid for, and then um the first person paid the payment, and I was like, this is happening. And then it happened that I had up to 5 students pay for the class. My first class. Five is a big deal. Although the money is not big, but the money is not the the concern. The money is very little a concern to me. What is even a bigger deal is the fact that people trust me to be able to deliver on my promise to teach at least A1 level German. And so while after the fifth person had paid, I knew, well, this has gotten serious. So I started to prepare. I prepared with the help of my own German teacher, Mary. Bless his heart till thy kingdom come. He gave me the topics. Although I have my notes from our own classes together, but I met him again for him to give me his own um topics and what he wanted me to what he felt the format, the order was going to be. Okay, so we were on a video call. He helped refine the list that he had given to me earlier, order it, make sure that this is week 1 to week 3, week 4 to week 5, week 8. Like, he just ordered everything, gave me the topics, told me what to do, even advised me on how to treat my students. And it was just like I had this amazing coach that was cheering me on and pushing me to do the right things. Although he was supposed to attend my first class, but I was like, no, I'll be too nervous knowing that I have you in class. So by my second week, he will join the class for the first day, just to see how I teach and give me feedback. Okay, but that the journey is not about my my own German teacher, but I'm just letting you know that he's been an amazing support in this journey, both in my personal learning and now in my journey as a teacher. Oh, my stuff has gone off. So here's what I wanted to say. I've been meaning to post it because I wanted to come out and say that um here's what I'm doing, and I'm proud of myself for putting in the work. Okay, because after my first class I had um good reviews. In fact, I had one person that told me earlier that they were not going to stay in the class till the end of the class, because the class was supposed to run from 8 p.m. in the evening till 10 p.m., which is the time I usually did my own learning, because, well, I had a job and I could not dedicate my day hours to learning a language. So I learned at night, okay, virtually. So it was practically the time I used when I learned. So I was like, you know what, you guys, let's do 8 to 10 p.m. And this person was like, oh, because of the nature of my job, I'm not going to be able to stay, or I'll just give it 1 hour max. And by the time I checked, from 8 till 10, the person was in the class, and I went back and I was like, ah, you stayed till 10. And it was just a good review when he said that, oh, he didn't even know that the time just passed, because he was really enjoying himself learning the topics. And I'm like, oh, for a first time teacher of the German language, I think I'm impressed with that kind of review. And I know it's not always going to be butterflies and sweet things in my class, but that was that was a beautiful review. And um I believe somewhere in my heart that this is not just a one-off thing. I feel like somewhere in my spirit, I know that German is just a huge part of my life, and language generally is going to be a huge part of my life. Okay, so I'm just putting this out here finally, because I've been wanting to start posting on YouTube for a while. So I'm just putting this out here that I'm going to also be posting my process, sometimes my teaching process, sometimes my learning process, because I'm also preparing for my B2 exams. I'm sitting for the Goethe exams, everyone. Because Goethe is the only German language certification body here in Nigeria. So I'm sitting for Goethe. Okay. Um, so I'm going to be sharing this now on YouTube. I have been sharing it on WhatsApp previously. My entire language journey, both with German, with French, with Igbo, and the ones that I plan to learn in the future. I plan to learn Ijo in the future. I plan to learn French in the future. French, I want to learn it up to B2 and have a B2 certification for the French language. Um, the reason I share publicly is because language is difficult to learn, okay? And I do not just want to start and stop. I want to continue. So part of the push I have for continuing is from the fact that I share it publicly and I have people follow my journey. I have people who say, oh, so this is what you've been doing and all. So basically, Come along for the ride. I'm going to be sharing almost every day what I think about languages in general and just the stuff that I do around language. I like to think of language as my hobby, but it's a hobby that I love, that I really love. I pour money, I pour my time into, and now I'm also teaching it. And yeah, that's for the most part that is it. So this is going to be a long ride, as long as Jesus keeps me, and I know He's going to keep me for a long time in our own time here. I know He's going to keep me for a long time. I know that um I'm going to be sharing progress over years. I'm not doing this for just a few weeks. I'm going to be sharing my progress over the years, and it's going to be a ride. So yeah, my name is Orun. When I'm not learning a language, I'm an optometrist. So yeah. A certified and trained and licensed to practice in Nigeria optometrist. So yeah.
Oh, you lead, lead, always for the one. Can we turn up? Can we turn up? Can we turn up? Can we turn up? Hey, he really moves up. That's what it says. I know he loves me. I know he cares. Whenever